complete burnout. And I just want to talk about my experience with these energies at the moment, and of course the energy of Chiron, the wounded healer, the half man, half horse, entering Aries, definitely accelerating healing process, but not from the perspective of Pisces where it was before, where we had to really go deep into the wound and understanding and dragging and working it with layers. Chiron in Aries right now, it's like full force fire coming in and getting in there, and it's not about wailing or waiting or unraveling anymore. It's actually accepting the wound. It's actually holding the wound, seeing the wound, accepting the wound, carrying it as part of your identity, as part of who you are in this human expression. That's the lesson of Chiron in Aries right now, because it's the first house. It's the house of the identity, of the self, of the ego, the personality, the persona you came to be, beyond the spirit, beyond the connection, beyond the oneness and the unity that you already are, but in this moment, in this timeline. And so Chiron in Aries, how it feels, how it felt for me this weekend, was completely imploding my third center, the center of my power, my warrior, my yes and my no. It imploded. It just collapsed like a black hole, because it's through inwards that we go out. And it went boom. And I had to stay there with my wounded child and going back to that core wound. And instead of trying to understand it, fix it, cut out everything, it was just needing to be seen and acknowledged. And so I did, with a lot of patience and a lot of pain and a lot of work, 2 full days. And today I woke up and I danced it off, because I work with the body. So I knew I had to get in my hips, because I carry my wound in my hips. Most of us do. And I had to go in there through the pain of birthing myself again. And I wailed and I yelled and I got angry. I got angry at that little girl that did not know how to say no when she needed to say no. And she just said yes because she needed to be a good girl, to be loved, to be accepted. And so I was like a big no, that's enough, no. And it felt so good, and it was so cathartic. And I kicked and screamed and trembled and shook to my core until I was in touch with my heart again. That heart that gets so protected and so defensive at times. Like, I've got this on my own and I know, and you're not getting in and I'm not going in. And wow, pride. Or pure misunderstood sense of self, and not knowing when to stop, when to listen to the body and its longing. And so burnt out comes when we're not listening to the body and what the body needs and what the body is longing. So what is your body longing? What is your need? Have you asked yourself that? What am I longing? What am I needing right now? It's back to you, back to yourself. Wounded healer. Your wound needs to be seen and accepted and carried with love. It does not need to be healed. You don't need to do anything with it at this moment, but just be with it. Get to know it. Merge with it. It is you. It is you. It is who you are. Because this wound is what makes you human. It's how you express your humanity. It takes you to your vulnerability. And teaches you you're not perfect. You're not meant to be. And yet you are, because you are just being. So that was my journey, this burnt out. and I had to let myself feel it, even though I had an idea of where I should have been doing. And it came really quickly, and it put me on my knees and told me, no, you're not going anywhere. You're going in you, and you're gonna go and love your wound. Love your wound.